Hello everyone, my name is Darius Young and welcome back. In this part we're going to just continue with our model here. Now we put these shoulder pads here as placeholders because we were going to figure out exactly what to do with this little pinching area. We'll get to that. In fact, we'll get to it now because it's bothering me now that I just pointed it out to myself. Anyway, so let's go back to our original one here. And so initially, come on, there we go. Guess I'm moving too fast for myself. Anyway, I am just going to delete these faces because I know that there's not vertices. I want to delete the faces because I know there's a better way to distribute this without pinching. And so I'm going to find it. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to bring this, I'm going to edge slide that down, probably move it over a little bit. And I'm going to select this one also and hit F. Okay. F again. Okay. Alright. I'm liking that. So let's do the same thing over here. Edge slide this over, edge slide this down. Select this one, hit F once, hit F again. Okay, there we go. Jeebless Louibless. And let's extrude that straight down, scale that in on the Y axis. And because this is the flap that's straight down, yep. So then we can, so once you've done that, you can just grab these two, 1, 2, 3. There we go, no more pinching. And so if you don't want to, if you have the hard ops add-on, I'm going to show you something cool you can do. But if you don't, to mirror this, you know, just because we're not going to do what we just did on both sides. But what you can do, I'll show 2 examples here. I'll hide this one. So this one, you can just, you know, delete your faces and mirror it with the mirror modifier, and make sure clipping is turned on. Make sure it's at the top of the modifier stack, and then apply it, or go into object mode and apply it, and there you go. But if you have an add-on called the Hard Ops add-on, what you can do is you can unhide this one. So you see we got no pinching on here, but you see we got pinching on this side. Well, you can hit Q, go into your Mesh Tools, Symmetry option, X-axis mirror, and just mirrored it over. Just change the geometry for you. So I love Hard Ops, and I really recommend that everyone go and get it because it is a real lifesaver and a real time saver. It's just a really robust add-on made by Master Xeon. So yeah, definitely get that. But now we have this actually finished. It's actually finished, no pinching, no none of that. So we can then do, you know, what we did last time. We're gonna rotate this on the Z-axis 90 degrees. Gonna bring that up. We probably should scale it on the Y a little bit. And let's just bring it back. So scale it down, and let's go to our model here. So, and make sure you do this in edit mode, not object mode, because we want our object center to still be at the center of the grid here. So it is important to be aware of what position you're doing this in. Okay, so I'm just going to scale that on the Y before I rotate it, and now I'm going to rotate it. And yeah. Okay, so maybe not scale it so much. Rotate that. Yeah, we're gonna leave that like that. And maybe scale it down a smidgen. Let's look at the angle. Okay. And, you know, don't worry about whether it, you know, 150% matches up with the the background image, at least, you know, for some of the armor parts, because it doesn't have to, per se. I mean, it just doesn't, because, you know, you can't be 100% exact with everything unless you're doing architecture or something like that, in which case you could totally be 100% exact. But that's just for architecture. We're character modeling. Anyway, so now put the mirror modifier back on that. And so I want to give our guy some muscle. So I putting a few edge loops in here. Make sure proportional editing is turned on. I'm just gonna scale this out because I don't want him walking around little flimsy arms. He needs to have some muscle on him. Knock somebody out. I think that's good. I mean, well, let's just do it. Let's do it. Let's give him a bit of a pronounced bicep. Why not? So we'll select these vertices here. Do we need these still on the side though? That's a good question. Well, I would say no, because of how your bicep is shaped. Yeah, no. So we'll leave these alone. We're just gonna accentuate the main bicep here. All right. Because we can move these vertices over if we want. But for inset, just inset those, smooth those. I set my smoothing button to Alt Q, but you can just go on W and smooth it. You see I have it set to Alt Q. And you can right click, go to add shortcut, and type in what you want your shortcut to be. Anyway, just a little side note there. Just give them a bit of an indentation there, and now let's just maneuver some of these vertices over so that we can maneuver the bicep itself over. Maneuverability is important. Yeah, so I've been trying not to really be me when I do these videos. Like I'm a silly guy, and so I'm just letting y'all know now. I'm gonna be silly when I make these tutorials because it's funny. I make myself laugh, like just then. So you're gonna have to bear with me. And I know you're here to learn, and so if you can get something out of this, get something out of it, because that's what I'm making them for. However, I'm going to be myself. I'm tired of doing that whole professional thing, where you don't talk or you don't ramble or anything like that. Because I like to talk. That's why I'm making tutorials. That's why I teach. Because I like talking. I like hearing my own voice. Yes, you can say I'm one of those people. Oh, he's one of those people? Absolutely. But no, seriously. Yeah, but I am gonna talk more, and I'm probably gonna be silly. So, if you don't like silliness, I apologize. But I'm silly. Anyway, so there we go. He has a bicep. Now, how do we make these wraps? I'm going to show you the coolest way ever to make these wraps, okay? Like, just watch. So, what we're going to do is we're going to Shift S, set our cursor to the center, and we're going to add mesh a circle. All right. Go over here in your T panel, in your add circle. Change the vertices to 16. No. You want 16. There we go. Yeah, because they don't need to be. Well, actually, how many vertices do we have around here? We have a total of 8. So let's actually just make it. Let's make it 10. So let's delete that and let's make another one. And let's make it like 10. Yeah. Because it doesn't need to be that subdivided, and we'll subdivide it later. Anyway, either extrude up, Control L, Control N, select everything, and then fix the normal so the normals are on the outside. And that's that for that. So we have created what we will be using for our shrink wrap modifier. And yes, we'll be using a shrink wrap for this. So what you want to do now is this time you can totally move it in object mode if you so choose. I wonder why it's not letting me rotate in object mode though. That's interesting. Did I lock the rotation? Does it not want to rotate? Okay. Well, let's do it in edit mode because it doesn't want to rotate in object mode for some reason. I don't know how to fix that. Like, wait, well, no, actually, I probably, no, yeah, I don't. Anyway, so we're going to go over here. I'm going to scale this down. And I'm going to select this top part and just move it up a little bit just to give it some thickness. And, okay. So when you scale this down, make sure that it's smaller then make sure the radius of your wrap is smaller than the radius of your arm initially. Why? Because of what the shrink wrap modifier does. You want it to be this way because when we add the shrink wrap modifier in our modifiers tab, let's go over here, modifiers, shrink wrap. I'm going to click this little object picker here, and we're going to click on this one. All right, so now what it's doing is it's projecting the surface of this object here that's in edit mode onto our body here. So it's like that. Now, there's some options that we want to change though. So first option is keep above surface. Next is project. And you want to make sure it's in the front and it's positive. And turn up the offset just a little. Alright, that looks pretty good. We got a subdiv on here, so you can turn on a subdivision modifier if you want, just to see how it looks, so you can better gauge how far away you want these to be. But you actually turn down the offset. What we're going to do instead is we're going to add a solidify modifier, and we're going to turn the thickness the other way, and there we go. So we have that. So that is one wrap. All right, and what's cool about this is that you can edit it in edit mode in real time and watch the wraps move. So we're gonna make a few of these. So Shift D, duplicate, and make sure you check on the other side to make sure that it's all the way inside of the arm there, so that the projection works. So we're gonna Shift D, duplicate that there, Shift D, duplicate that there. And what's really cool about this is that it's just projecting on the surface that's closest to it. And so we can go in here and Shift D this. Oh, whoops. We can duplicate this, and it will follow the path of the hand and not go on the glove here, which is awesome. At least I think it's awesome. Anyway, so let's go back here, select this, Shift D to duplicate, we'll leave that one there, Shift D to duplicate, we'll leave that one here, Shift D to duplicate, you know what to do. I don't have to keep saying Shift D to duplicate. Sound redundant. How many times are you going to tell us to duplicate? All of the times. Anyway. All of the times indeed. Alright, so I'm going to scale this one down and rotate that. Alright, so we're gonna take these wraps all the way to about the shoulder. Probably about right here. So I'm just going to duplicate that. Now be careful. It might jump around a little bit before you rotate it. That's okay. Don't freak out. It's not bugging out. It's just you just have to move the position of it, and it'll recalculate itself. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. And we'll do one more duplication. We'll move this one up here and rotate it. Rotate it down. And we'll duplicate another one. And rotate it this way. And there we go. So those are the wraps. So now what we can do is, which modifier is this? NT. Let's just go over here. See. All right, we got the shrink wrap, we got the subsurf, and we got the solidify. So you definitely want to apply your shrink wrap first. You don't necessarily want to apply the subdivision or the solidify yet, so let's just work with what we have already. So you take this and you just want to Alt-S scale some of them so that they're above the others. So I would probably say select every other one, and you can check, as you're selecting just to make sure. So this seems like this one, okay. This one, okay, there's one under here, so that one, okay, so you don't want this one. So if you select the one by accident that you don't want, just hover over it and hit L. It'll or maybe Control L or Shift L. Whoops, Shift L. Ah, there you go, Shift L. Shift L will deselect it. So there we go, we have about every other one selected, so let's just Alt S these. And so now you see that we got some variation in here now. But it's not perfect, so we're gonna continue to edit these until it is. So let's just scale these out. Okay, let's grab let's grab this. Is it this one? Yes, this one. Scale this out too. And see if there's any other peek through. Yes, a lot of peek through in the back here. All right, so how to give you that result? Well, it depends on, let's see, even thickness. Yeah, we should totally select even thickness, only run. Ooh, yeah, that's a good option. Yeah, select only rim, and that way you don't have extra faces in here because you don't need them. So that's definitely a good idea. And I'm trying to see if they crease. Let's crease these outer ones. There we go. Yeah, we don't want it like this. We kind of want it a bit sharper. So we'll go with this. We'll go with this. It's not too sharp, but it's not too jagged either. And what does this do? Oh, that's cool. Enter does nothing. Okay, cool. Anyway, sorry about that. I was just just looking at some things. But let's keep going. So we're pretty much we're pretty good. But the reason I did that is because you want to apply the solidify so that you can see these better. So you can actually see where, like, what's peaking with what, or what's clipping through what part, and probably apply that too. Yeah, there we go. Let's come in here, scale that up. Just come in here, scale this one. See, that's clipping with that one. That's okay, because we just move the bottom part. You don't have to scale, the whole thing at the same time. You can just manipulate some of the vertices around, and that will sometimes fix your problem. Sometimes you can do it another way. It just depends on which one works best for you. Because there's multiple ways to do what I'm showing you to do. What I'm showing you can do. So one thing that would be good, we can put some edge loops in here. So we're going to do this first on the ones on top, and then we'll do it for the ones that we have at the bottom. So for this right here, what we're going to do is we're going to select all of these vertices that all these rings of vertices that we just made. We're going to bevel it, and we're going to give it one in the center. Now, why did we do that? Well, we're just giving the arm wraps a little bit of detail. It makes them look more like wraps. And so what you want to do is select all of the rings that are on the outside like this, and just hit Alt S and turn down the proportional editing a little bit. And you see what we're doing? We're making the surface a bit uneven, and I think I'll go with that. But yeah, now it looks like cloth wrapped around an object instead of just, it was like flat bracelets around the same spot. So now that you have that, you can go on ahead and hide the ones that we did that for, so we can do it for the other ones. Hide those. Hide those. And so now that you've hidden them, you can see that we have other problems, but that's okay because we can fix them. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. Do we really need this one though? And I would say no, so we can just delete it. Yeah, sometimes you can go overboard. You just get rid of some things that you don't need. Just make sure that all of the peek through and clipping issues that you have are fixed. And don't worry about weight painting these, because I'm going to show you how we're going to rig this. And I think I got a few in here, yep. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing. Select all of these here. Bevel. Put one in the middle. Try to evenly space it out. Alright, and then go back and select those rings of vertices that are near the corner, but not quite the corner. Alright. Bam. And there you go. Now we have a convincing looking cloth. And so, you know, after we scale the bottom ones, you see we have some more peek through. That's fine. Just, you know, we should probably change this to smooth shading. That looks a lot better. Looks a lot better with smooth shading. Yeah, so just fix up some of the issues. I know I don't put too much time lapse in the video. I probably should start doing so to condense the time, because a lot of modeling is, you know, just intuition based off of what you're doing and how you've already made the rest of it. Okay, here we go. So like there's no one way to do something. If you find something that works for you, totally do it. And in fact, you know, if you feel so inclined, please comment it below, because I love to learn. So, you know, if you have anything new to show me, go on ahead. You know, it's a YouTube community. Therefore, we are all in this together. That is the first and last High School Musical reference on this channel. That is the first and last. I actually regret saying that, but it's okay. All right, that is good enough. Okay, so now that we still have our object medium point is in the center of the world, so we can just boom, mirror. You don't have to worry about moving it above the surf because they're not connected, so that's good. But we got the wraps. Now let's see, how long have I been recording? 22 minutes. Okay. Whoops. Yeah, that's actually a good time to end this video, so thank you all for watching. Please subscribe for more modeling tutorials, and I will see you guys in the next one. In the next one, we'll probably model the scarf and the buckles on the belt and probably the belt itself, and we'll get to the face and everything later.